Have you ever been ghosted? You thought things were going great, but suddenly she disappears without a trace, leaving you hanging, questioning what went wrong. Or maybe she plays hot and cold. One day she's all over you, the next day, radio silence. It's maddening, isn't it? Let me be brutally honest with you. Women are playing games. And if you don't recognize these games and know how to deal with them, you'll be stuck in an endless loop of frustration, confusion, and heartbreak. But here's the kicker. It's not your fault these games exist. But it is your responsibility to outsmart them. Today, I'm going to give you 10 bulletproof strategies to outsmart any woman who's playing games with your heart. And no, I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about mastering yourself through stoicism. You'll become the calm in the storm, the unshakable man women can't control. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride that will change the way you handle relationships forever. Before we dive into the 10 ways to outsmart women, let's get one thing straight. Why do women play these games? Why do they ghost you, breadcrumb you, or keep you in emotional limbo? The truth is, women use these games to test your emotional strength. They're checking whether they can control you, manipulate you, and make you doubt yourself. And if they succeed, you're done. You've lost. They'll lose respect for you, and you'll be left chasing after them, desperate for validation. But here's the good news. You don't have to play along. Instead of being a puppet in her emotional roller coaster, you're going to become the master of your own emotions. Through stoicism, you'll learn how to remain calm, collected, and in control no matter what game she tries to pull. This isn't just about winning with women. It's about taking control of your life. It's about refusing to be emotionally manipulated and standing tall as a man who knows his worth. So if you're tired of being played, if you're done with the emotional games, and you're ready to take your power back, stay tuned. These 10 Stoic strategies are going to change your life. Number 1. Detach emotionally. The first strategy is the foundation of all the others. Detach emotionally. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're no longer controlled by your emotions. You're no longer reactive. Most guys freak out when a woman pulls away or starts acting cold. They become anxious, start overthinking, and try to fix the situation. But here's the truth. Women are testing you. They want to see how easily you crumble under pressure. And when you chase after them, desperate for their attention, you fail the test. Instead, you need to remain emotionally detached. Whether she's texting you every 5 minutes or ghosting you for a week, your emotional state needs to stay the same. You are calm. You are centered. You are not swayed by her games. The more you practice emotional detachment, the more attractive you become. Women are drawn to men who can remain composed in any situation, because it shows strength. And strength, my friend, is what makes you irresistible. Number 2. Recognize behavioral patterns. Women are creatures of habit, and trust me, once you start paying attention, you'll notice patterns in their behavior you didn't see before. Why is this important? Because patterns reveal intent. And once you see the pattern, the game becomes predictable. And when something is predictable, you can easily outsmart it. Let's break this down. One of the most common patterns you'll see is hot and cold behavior. One day she's texting you non-stop, saying how amazing you are, hinting at future plans together. The next day, nothing. Crickets. She's suddenly busy, distant, or acting like she doesn't care. It's maddening, right? This is the classic push-pull strategy. Women do this to see if they can get you to chase. If you fall for it and start blowing up her phone asking, "Is everything okay? Did I do something wrong?" You're playing right into her hands. Here's what you need to do. Recognize that this is a test of your emotional control. She wants to see if she can get a reaction out of you. Most guys fail this test because they panic and chase harder. But you're not most guys. You're going to stay calm, composed, and let her come to you. When you don't react to her hot and cold behavior, you flip the script. Suddenly she's the one chasing you, wondering why you didn't fall for her game. And let me be clear, this behavior isn't always malicious. Sometimes women do it subconsciously, testing your confidence without even realizing it. But whether it's intentional or not, the result is the same. You need to stay emotionally grounded and unshakable. Another pattern to watch for is the breadcrumbing technique. This is when she gives you just enough attention to keep you interested, but never fully commits. You might get a flirty text here and there, or she'll agree to hang out sometime. But when it comes time to make real plans, she's nowhere to be found. This is a game, designed to keep you on the hook, investing your time and energy without getting any real commitment in return. So how do you handle breadcrumbing? Easy. You call it out, without anger and without emotional attachment. You say something like, "Look, I'm not here for half-hearted attention. If you're not interested in actually spending time together, that's fine, but I'm not going to wait around for you." You're not angry. You're not emotional. And most importantly, you're not chasing. By doing this, you make it clear that you have standards, and that you're not settling for anything less than what you deserve. Number 3. Set boundaries early. Setting boundaries isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about commanding respect. And here's the harsh truth. If you don't set boundaries early in the relationship, you're signaling to her that it's okay to walk all over you. Most guys are afraid to set boundaries because they think it'll scare women away. But let me tell you something, women crave boundaries. Why? Because boundaries show that you respect yourself. And a man who respects himself? That's a man others will respect too. So how do you set boundaries without coming across as controlling or insecure? First, understand this. Boundaries are about your well-being. It's not about telling her what she can or can't do. It's about communicating what you need to feel respected in the relationship. For example, if she constantly cancels plans last minute or leaves you hanging without an explanation, you don't ignore it or laugh it off. You address it, calmly and directly. Here's how it plays out. "Hey, I've noticed you've been canceling a lot lately, and I value consistency. If you're not interested in making plans work, that's totally fine, but I'm not okay with this back and forth." You're not attacking her. You're not accusing her. You're just stating your boundary. And here's the magic. When you communicate boundaries from a place of self-respect, it forces her to either step up and respect you, or move on. Either way, you win, because you've protected your emotional energy. Let me give you a common scenario where boundaries are absolutely crucial. Say you're dating a woman who likes to flirt with other guys in front of you. She might be doing it to make you jealous or to test how much you care. Most guys either blow up in anger or sit there stewing in silent frustration. But not you. You calmly pull her aside later and say, "Look, I'm not into games. If you're interested in other guys, that's fine, but I'm not going to stick around for that." Notice, you're not reacting emotionally. You're setting a boundary, and leaving it up to her to respect it. If she doesn't, you walk away. Number 4. Stay calm under pressure. When it comes to mind games, nothing is more powerful than staying calm under pressure. Women often test men to see if they can break their composure. They'll bring up an ex, flirt with another guy, or make passive-aggressive comments, just to see how you'll respond. It's a classic move designed to provoke you emotionally. And most men take the bait. But not you. You're going to handle these situations like a true Stoic. When she starts pushing your buttons, you stay calm, composed, completely unbothered. Here's why this works. When you refuse to react, it disarms her completely. She expects you to blow up, to get jealous, or to argue. But when you stay cool, you send a clear message. You can't control me. Let me give you an example. She brings up her ex during a conversation, saying something like, "My ex used to take me to this amazing restaurant," or "I had so much fun with my ex last summer." She's trying to get a rise out of you. She wants you to feel insecure or jealous. Most guys would react with something like, "I don't want to hear about your ex," or "Why are you still talking about him?" But not you. You stay calm and say something like, "That's cool. I'm sure he was a great guy." You don't give her the reaction she's looking for. And that makes you unpredictable. Here's another scenario. She flirts with another guy in front of you, maybe in a group setting. Most guys would start fuming, trying to outdo the other guy, or lashing out at her. But a Stoic man, he stays cool. Even if it stings inside, you don't engage. You simply observe. Let her see that you're not threatened. If she's doing it to get a reaction from you, your calmness will make her question her approach. Why isn't he reacting? And that's when the power shifts back to you. The key is simple. Never let your emotions control your actions. When you stay calm under pressure, you prove that you're not easily shaken. And that makes you incredibly attractive. Number 5. Focus on long-term goals. A lot of guys lose their way in relationships because they're too focused on the immediate, chasing the short-term hit of her attention, her validation, her affection, the high of her attention, or the quick fix of resolving a conflict. But Stoicism teaches us to play the long game. When you focus on your long-term goals, you stop obsessing over the day-to-day drama of a relationship. Think about it. If you're building a successful career, working on your fitness, and striving for personal growth, do you really have time to get caught up in petty mind games? Of course not. You've got bigger things on your plate. And this shift in mindset does two powerful things. First, it makes you less emotionally reactive, because you're not putting all your emotional eggs in the basket of her attention. Second, it makes you more attractive, because you're a man on a mission. And nothing is more attractive to a woman than a man with purpose. Let's say you've been seeing a woman for a few weeks. Things are going great. Then, out of nowhere, she pulls back, texts less, stops making plans, becomes distant. Most guys would panic. They'd overthink, chase harder, and make the classic mistake of becoming too available. But a man focused on his long-term goals? He doesn't flinch. Why? Because he knows his life isn't defined by whether or not this woman is giving him attention. He's building his empire, improving himself, and chasing down his ambitions. If she wants to join that journey, great. If not, he's not losing sleep over it. When you focus on your long-term goals, you naturally become more emotionally independent. You stop needing validation from her because you're getting validation from your own growth, progress, and wins. And here's the kicker. When she sees that you're not chasing her or caught up in the drama, she'll be drawn to you even more. Why? Because you're different. You're not the guy waiting around for her to text back. You're the guy who's too busy building a life to play petty emotional games. Number 6. Avoid emotional retaliation. One of the biggest mistakes guys make when dealing with a woman's games is retaliating emotionally. She does something to make you jealous or upset, and your instinct is to get even. Maybe she flirts with another guy, so you flirt with another girl. Maybe she ghosts you, so you play hard to get to try and make her chase you. Let me be 100% clear. This never works. The moment you start retaliating, you've already lost, because now you're reacting to her. And that means she's in control. You've handed her the steering wheel. A stoic man never retaliates emotionally. Why? Because emotional reactions are a sign of weakness. Instead, he responds with calm indifference. If she ghosts him, he doesn't chase. He simply pulls back his attention and moves on. If she tries to make him jealous, he doesn't bite. He stays cool and continues living his life. Let's say you're at a party, and the woman you're dating starts flirting with another guy right in front of you. Most men would either get angry and confront her or try to flirt with someone else out of spite. But both reactions come from insecurity. Instead, you stay calm. You don't react. You don't play her game. You observe and disengage. And that drives her crazy. Why? Because you just showed her that she doesn't have power over you. When you refuse to retaliate, you take back control. You send the message loud and clear. I don't play emotional games. And here's the beauty of it. When you don't play, the game loses its power. She'll either stop playing it, or she'll realize you're not someone she can manipulate. Either way, you win. Number 7. Communicate clearly and firmly. Communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship, but most people get it wrong. They either avoid difficult conversations altogether, or they let their emotions take over and turn things into a fight. A stoic man knows how to communicate calmly and firmly, without letting his emotions lead the conversation. Here's the key. Express your needs and boundaries with clarity and composure. If a woman is playing games, being distant, inconsistent, or sending mixed signals, you don't need to yell, argue, or accuse her. Instead, you calmly say what you're seeing and what you expect. Simple as that. Let's say she's been acting distant and it's starting to affect you. Most guys would either blow up or bury their feelings. But a Stoic man takes a different path. He says something like, "Hey, I've noticed you've been a little distant lately. I'm not sure what's going on, but if there's something we need to talk about, I'm open to that." See the difference? You're not accusing her. You're not emotional. You're not demanding answers. You're simply stating what you observe, calmly, and opening the door for honest communication. When you communicate clearly and firmly without emotion, it disarms her because you're not coming from a place of neediness. You're not reacting to her behavior out of insecurity or fear of loss. You're speaking from a calm, grounded place of self-respect. This is powerful for two reasons. It shows emotional maturity. Instead of getting angry, defensive, or withdrawn, you're calmly stating your position and what you will or won't tolerate. This is rare. Most people either blow up or shut down, but a Stoic man just speaks truth, without drama. It sets the tone for the relationship. You're showing that you don't ignore problems or sweep things under the rug. You address them directly and maturely. That sets a precedent. This relationship will be based on mutual respect, not games or manipulation. In that moment, you become the stable, secure center of the dynamic. You're not trying to control her, you're controlling yourself. And that kind of self-mastery, it's incredibly attractive. 8. Prioritize your own well-being. This is the foundation of everything. Your relationship with yourself. If you're constantly anxious, doubting yourself, or walking on eggshells, it's time to take a step back and ask, what am I allowing into my life, and why? Because here's the truth. No one is worth sacrificing your mental peace, self-respect, or emotional balance for. When you prioritize someone else's needs over your own sanity, you hand them power they didn't earn, and they won't respect you for it. This doesn't mean being selfish. It means being centered. A man who puts his well-being first is someone who sets healthy boundaries, knows when to walk away, doesn't allow emotional chaos into his world, refuses to trade peace for temporary validation. Women are instinctively drawn to men like this. Why? Because that groundedness is rare. It signals strength, independence, and leadership. Let's say a woman you're seeing is sending mixed signals, hot one day, cold the next. You start second-guessing yourself, wondering what you did wrong, changing your behavior to try and win her back. Stop. Instead, ask, how is this affecting me? If the answer is negative, pull back. Redirect that energy into yourself, your health, your mission, your friends, your purpose. The more you do that, the more solid you become, and the less power her emotional swings have over you. And here's the paradox. When you stop prioritizing her and start prioritizing you, she'll either respect your strength and rise to meet you, or fade out because she can no longer control you. Either way, you win. 9. Practice patience. Here's the uncomfortable truth most guys hate hearing. Patience is your superpower. In a world where everyone expects instant gratification, texts, attention, answers, you stand out by doing the opposite. Women will test your patience. It's not always malicious, it's just how attraction dynamics play out. She takes hours, or days, to respond to your message. She cancels plans last minute. She disappears temporarily to see what you'll do. Most guys panic. They start double texting, asking, "Are you mad?" Or "Did I do something wrong?" Or worse, they try to guilt or chase her into coming back. But you stay calm. You wait. You let her come to you. You don't beg for attention because you know this one truth. The man who chases less is chased more. Why is patience so attractive? It shows you're not desperate for validation. It shows you're emotionally grounded. It shows that your world doesn't revolve around her. When she sees that you're not reacting, she'll wonder why. She'll start to question her own behavior. That's when the power shifts, not because you manipulated anything, but because you stayed centered while she tested the waters. And the key to patience? Trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your value. Trust that if she's right for you, she'll step up. If not, she'll step aside. Either way, you win. 10. Choose when to walk away. This is where the game ends, and real strength begins. There's a saying, the most powerful position is to be able to walk away, and mean it. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Knowing when to walk away, and actually doing it, is the ultimate power move. It's not about drama. It's not about revenge. It's about respecting yourself enough to say, this isn't serving me anymore. Let's be real. Not every woman is worth your time. If she's playing games, flaking on you, stringing you along, disrespecting your time or energy, you don't argue. You don't beg. You walk away with calm, quiet confidence. And here's what that communicates without you saying a word. I don't need your validation. I have options. My peace of mind, your attention. And ironically, that's when the power shifts. Often, when you walk away, she comes back. Why? Because self-respect is rare, and women are drawn to men who refuse to compromise theirs. But listen carefully. Walking away isn't a tactic. It's a boundary. It's not about making her chase you. It's about knowing your worth, and refusing to accept less. If she's flaking, being inconsistent, or disrespectful, you say, look, I'm not into this back and forth. If you're serious, let me know. If not, I'm moving on. Then you leave. No follow-up texts. No stalking her stories. No games. Just focus on you, your goals, your purpose, your peace. Yes, sometimes walking away means she's gone for good. And that's okay. Because you'll have protected the most valuable thing you own, your self-respect. That kind of strength, that kind of detachment, it's magnetic. And most men never learn it, because they're too afraid of being alone. But when you walk away with conviction, you prove one thing. You're not afraid. You know your value. You won't settle. And that, my friend, is real power. Final thoughts. This isn't just about women. It's about you. These 10 principles aren't tricks. They're not manipulation tactics. They're about becoming a man who's in control of his mind, emotions, and energy. When you master emotional detachment, set unshakable boundaries, stay calm under pressure, prioritize your well-being, practice patience, know when to walk away, you become unshakable. You stop chasing, begging, and reacting, and start leading. You attract better women, better friendships, better outcomes, because your standard is higher. And the best part? You're no longer playing her game. You're playing your own. So keep going. Keep growing. Because this journey, it's not just about dating. It's about leveling up in every area of your life.